to be the best. I want to be the best there ever was. I want to make this team the best WNBA team there's ever been. But also, I want to win for my teammates. I want to win for this franchise.
Clark fires.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day today. Before we jump in, quick reminder, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and double-check that you're subscribed to the channel. It genuinely helps the video reach more people who care about women's basketball and the conversations surrounding it. Now, let's talk about something that, honestly, doesn't get discussed enough when people analyze what's happened over the past couple of years in women's basketball: the way Caitlin Clark has handled everything that has come her way. Think about this for a moment. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA just after turning 22 years old. That alone is already a huge moment in a young athlete's life. Getting drafted into a professional league is supposed to be the culmination of years of work and dedication. For most players, it's a celebration, the beginning of a dream career. But for Caitlin Clark, it wasn't just a normal transition into professional basketball. She didn't simply step into the WNBA. She stepped into a storm. From the moment she was drafted, there was constant attention, constant scrutiny, and a level of drama that very few rookies in any sport have ever had to deal with. And yet, if you really stop and pay attention, you'll notice something fascinating about how she handles all of it. She doesn't complain. She doesn't go on social media rants. She doesn't call out other players. She doesn't play the victim. And honestly, when you look at everything that has happened, she has had more than enough reasons to do exactly that. Think about the sheer number of controversies that have surrounded her since entering the league. Whether it's heated rivalries, media narratives, viral clips, or accusations flying around, Caitlin Clark has been at the center of an unbelievable amount of noise. But the key word there is noise. Because through all of it, she has consistently done the same thing. She focuses on basketball. Take one of the more serious situations that happened. There was a real stalking case involving someone obsessed with her, a situation that was serious enough for authorities to get involved. That's the kind of thing that would, understandably, shake anyone. Many athletes would talk about it publicly or use it as an example of the pressures they face. But Caitlin Clark? She barely mentioned it at all. She kept her focus on the game. That's something people often overlook when they talk about the chaos surrounding her career. Meanwhile, at the same time, we've seen numerous public accusations and stories being thrown around in the media environment of the league. Some claims were dramatic, some were emotional, and some gained massive attention online. But when investigations or facts came out later, well, many of those claims quietly faded away. And that's another interesting dynamic here. When accusations are made involving Caitlin Clark or her fan base, they tend to spread incredibly fast. Headlines pop up, social media explodes, and debates start instantly. But when those same stories don't hold up under scrutiny, there's often silence. No big apology, no follow-up headline. Just a quiet shift to the next topic. One example that many fans remember involved allegations that fans at a game were yelling racial slurs. The story quickly spread across social media and sports media discussions. Several players publicly supported the accusations. But after the league reviewed everything, the investigation concluded that there was no evidence supporting those claims. And yet, the narrative had already traveled around the entire basketball world. Through all of that, Caitlin Clark still didn't jump into the conversation. She didn't start attacking people. She didn't start arguing online. She kept playing basketball. Another thing people forget is how physical her rookie season was. If you go back and look at the games, there were numerous hard fouls, intense moments, and situations where emotions clearly ran high. That's part of professional sports. Competition can get heated. But again, what stood out was how Clark handled those moments. When controversial plays happened, when clips went viral, when debates exploded online, she rarely escalated the situation publicly. She answered questions calmly. She focused on the next game. She kept her responses short and professional. That's not easy to do when the entire sports world is watching every reaction you make. Remember, we're talking about someone who was only 22 years old at the time. Most people at 22 are still figuring out their careers, their personalities, and how to deal with pressure. Now imagine doing that while millions of people analyze everything you say and do, every facial expression, every interview, every social media moment. Everything becomes a headline. And despite that pressure, Caitlin Clark has consistently taken what people often call the high road. You can even see that in how she talks about her role in women's sports. In one interview, she was asked what she believes her responsibility is in helping grow the game. Her answer was surprisingly simple. She said she's just trying to be herself. She explained that she never entered basketball with the goal of changing an entire sport. She just wanted to play the game she loves and bring joy to fans who come to watch. She talked about how when someone buys a ticket to watch the Indiana Fever play, she wants them to leave smiling and wanting to come back again. That mindset is actually pretty powerful because instead of focusing on fame, narratives, or social media battles, she focuses on the experience of the fans. And that's part of the reason her popularity exploded. Fans see authenticity. They see someone who genuinely loves basketball, and they respond to it. Of course, popularity brings its own challenges. When an athlete becomes the biggest star in a league, comparisons start happening, rivalries get amplified, fans argue online, media narratives grow louder. Sometimes players become symbols in debates that go far beyond the sport itself. And Caitlin Clark has found herself in the middle of many of those debates. But again, what's interesting is how rarely she engages in the negativity. Instead of responding to every controversy, she focuses on her teammates, her performance, and improving her game. That kind of discipline is rare, especially in the modern era where athletes are constantly encouraged to respond instantly to criticism. Social media makes it incredibly easy to react emotionally. Yet Clark seems to resist that temptation. She keeps her answers measured, she avoids personal attacks, she stays focused on basketball. Another thing worth mentioning is the pressure of constant visibility. Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie entering the league. She became one of the most recognizable athletes in American sports almost overnight. Games started selling out, television ratings skyrocketed, her highlights dominated sports media. That level of attention can be overwhelming, even for veteran athletes. But Clark has handled it with an impressive level of composure. And honestly, that might be one of the most underrated aspects of her career so far. People often focus on the drama, the rivalries, and the headlines. But the bigger story might be how consistently she maintains professionalism in the middle of all of it. That's not something that happens by accident. It requires maturity, self-control, and a strong support system. And it also reflects something important about leadership. Even though she entered the league as a rookie, millions of young fans immediately started looking up to her. Kids started wearing her jersey, young players started copying her shooting style. She became a role model, whether she asked for that responsibility or not. And the way she carries herself matters. So far, she's shown that you can compete fiercely on the court while still showing respect off it. You can handle criticism without turning every disagreement into a public feud. You can deal with pressure without letting it define your personality. That approach has earned her respect from many fans, even those who might not support her team. Because at the end of the day, sports fans appreciate authenticity. They appreciate players who let their performance speak for itself. And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark continues to do. Now, does that mean the controversies and debates will stop anytime soon? Probably not. Sports media thrives on drama, rivalries, and big personalities. As long as Caitlin Clark remains one of the biggest stars in basketball, conversations about her will continue. But if the past few years have shown us anything, it's that she's capable of handling that spotlight. She keeps showing up, she keeps competing, and she keeps focusing on the game. In the long run, that might be the most important thing of all. Because when the noise fades and the headlines change, what people remember most are the players who stayed true to themselves and elevated the sport through their performance. Caitlin Clark seems determined to do exactly that. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on the situation and the way she has handled everything that's happened since entering the league. But I'm curious what you think. Do you think Caitlin Clark has handled the pressure well? Do you think the media attention around her has been fair? And what moments stand out to you the most from her early WNBA career? Let me know in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your perspectives and seeing the discussion from fans who followed the game closely. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other basketball fans. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.